Almost every Mario game, you get a completely new companion that allows you to use all kinds of new abilities. In Super Mario Odyssey, we got Cappy. However, who and what is he actually? We have never seen anything like it. Well, the answer might actually surprise you. At the start of Super Mario Odyssey, Mario's chasing and battling Bowser, but gets knocked off the airship and ends up in the Cap Kingdom. Here he meets the one and only Cappy, who helps Mario throughout the game and assists him in various ways. The only reason he really does this is because Bowser also took something from him, his little sister Tiara. So the two set off on their grand adventure to save their loved ones, collect all the moons, and do some impossible tricks for no reason just to show off. I mean, what is that jump to New Donk City? Look how far that is, and people can pull that off? However, we're gonna take a look at Cappy, because there are a couple of things I wonder about. So today we're going to find out everything there is to know about this strange being. According to the game, he's a Bonneter, which is a race of hat-like beings found in the region of Bonneton within the Cap Kingdom of Super Mario Odyssey. They're ghost-like and have really weird powers, as demonstrated by Cappy. For example, they can take on the appearance of other hats, such as the Mario Cap, and capture other beings, both animate and inanimate. Clearly, they're powerful beings. But where does this species come from, and what were they originally? Well, when looking at them, there are a couple of beings that we have seen in previous games that look a lot like them. One of those is the classic Boo enemy that we've seen in almost every Mario game in existence. They are a common type of white spherical ghost with a shy personality, because they cover their faces when somebody looks at them directly. Now, they are similar to Cappy in some ways, but there are a couple of factors that separate them: their shyness and language. The inhabitants of the Cap Kingdom don't hide from you at all, and besides that, they don't speak in Booish. These two things already tell us that they're not closely related to the Boos. They might look the same, but there are big differences. However, don't worry, because there are two more types of enemies that are so extremely similar to Cappy and the others that the chances of them being related are huge. Now, all of them are the same when it comes to their main body, which is underneath the hat, and it somewhat resembles an Eyrie. These are ghostly dinosaurs that first appeared in Super Mario World. They can fly, usually appear in packs, and are found in most of the ghost houses on Dinosaur Island. Now, with these enemies, we start to get somewhere. If you compare the Bonneters to the Eyries, then you can see right away that they look almost the same. Besides that, they seem just as capable as them. However, there's one thing that only the inhabitants of the Cap Kingdom can do: take over certain beings or things. Besides that, they also look more like hats than dinosaurs. But this could be because it's only a related species and not the exact same being. Now, if these two are really related, then how did they go from Eyries to the Cap beings they're now? Well, I actually have an answer for this, and it's quite a logical one. Fossil Falls, also known as the last holdout of history. When you walk around the place, you will come across a ton of evidence that the Eyries and people from the Cap Kingdom could be related. One good piece of evidence is the location. It's extremely close to their current home, so they wouldn't have to travel far. Besides that, there are a ton of fossils there, which shows that old beings used to live there, like ancient Goombas, bullet bills, and spinies. And one of the monuments on the island, called the Ancient Wall, was a structure that was carved out painstakingly over many long years by people unknown. It's composed mainly of fossils, and evidence suggests that it was broken many times, so some were even lost. Clearly, there's more to this place than you would think, and on the whole island, there's one thing that completely ties this together. You can find ships and buildings from the Cap Kingdom everywhere on the island. Now, we know that they travel a lot, but there are so many that it can't be a coincidence. Clearly, there's some sort of connection between Fossil Falls and the people from the Cap Kingdom. And it could be that this location is actually Dinosaur Island, and that they used to be Eyries. Now, besides this, there's also another option, and this one was actually seen in a more recent game, but not by a whole lot. In the game Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins, you come across some interesting enemies that could be related to Cappy and the others. The Barrow and Kara, which are also living items with a bit of a ghost aspect, just like the bonitors. They are both considered yokais, which are a class of supernatural monsters, spirits and demons in Japanese folklore. Often they possess animal features, other times they can appear mostly human, some look like inanimate objects and others have no particular shape. They usually have spiritual or supernatural powers, with shape-shifting being one of the most common. So it could also be that they are similar to these beings from the Mario Kingdom. Now, if they are directly related is unknown, but it's possible. Where the enemies seen in Super Mario Land 2 came from is also quite a big mystery. They're just in the pumpkin zone for some reason. Now there is a witch found there who could have played a role in creating these beings. She can be seen flying around in the sky on her broom. However, some folklore stories also mention that an item could come to life on its 100th birthday. So what their real origin is, will sadly enough remain a secret. Now, if the bonitors originally were beings like this and came from Mario's land is unknown. There isn't a whole lot of evidence for it, so it isn't likely. As you can see, the origin of Cappy and his kind is quite interesting and there are multiple options. However, they all point to former enemies in the series. So that could be where they started out, as enemies of Mario. And as time went on, they evolved and changed, becoming what they are now. Maybe one day Nintendo will reveal more on them, or maybe they won't. We will have to wait and see. Also, if you have any other characters or enemies that I need to look into to find their possible origins, then tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching everybody, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to watch more videos, then click on those little annotations and click subscribe. Why didn't you hit the bell yet? Why don't you follow me on Twitter? Why don't you follow me on Instagram? I have many questions. Many questions. Please do those things. Help this poor white boy out.